Important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Strap in and gear up, football fans. You're tuned into high school football on Extreme Sports. Tonight's game promises thrills and chills. Don't blink, or you might miss the action.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Hill. We're at Sandy Creek here this afternoon as the quarterfinals of the Class D1 state football playoffs. The Sandy Creek Cougars taking on the Bulldogs from Bridgeport. I'm Mike Will, got the play-by-play for you this afternoon. Marcus Metcalf will join me alongside. Sandy Creek coming in a record of 9 wins, 1 loss on the season. Cougars have picked up 2 wins already here in the state playoffs, beating Exeter Milligan Friend by the score of 60-14. And last week, beating Wisner Pilger by the score of 51-6. Bridgeport coming in a record of 9 wins, 1 loss on the season. They've got 2 wins here in the state playoffs. They beat Clarkson Lee 48-26. And they beat Wausau Osmond last week by the score of 38-18. Bridgeport, a very good football team here this afternoon. We'll see. This is a team that averages about 120 yards per ball game passing. They rush for 209 yards per game. Nicholas Weibert is the quarterback, and he really leads the team. He's thrown for 1,076 yards, 29 touchdowns so far this year. He's rushed for 703 yards and 9 touchdowns. But for the Cougars, we're going to counteract with the Cam Seeley. Seeley, all he did last week against Wisner Pilger, 14 out of 14 throwing the football, 211 yards, and had 5 touchdowns in the ball game. Sandy Creek, a team that averages about 180 yards per ball game passing. They rush for 204 yards. So a good matchup here in the quarterfinals of the Class D1 state playoffs. The winner will play again next Friday against the winner of the Plainview Dundee County Stratton ball game. That's a contest is already underway. They're running about an hour ahead from us, so we'll be able to keep our eyes on Plainview and Dundee County Stratton throughout the ball game here this afternoon and this evening. Weather-wise, couldn't ask for anything better. We've got partly cloudy skies. Sun beginning to set now as the temp is sitting at 63 degrees on the hill here at Sandy Creek with winds blowing out of the north at about 12 miles per hour. So Sandy Creek and Bridgeport here this afternoon on Extreme Sports, and a chance to sit down with Sandy Creek head coach Andrew Kuda. All right, Coach, a win over Exeter Milligan Friend and a win over Wisner Pilger to get you into the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. Talk about the first 2 games of the state playoffs. Your team's playing well.
Yeah, I thought really both of those games, our guys came out and played a really solid game. I thought offensively we've been sharp. Defensively, I've liked how we've kind of flied around the field and been physical and really executed game plans. So our first 2 weeks in, we're pretty happy with what we've done.
Talking about your quarterback last week, Cam Seeley in the ball game against Wisner Pilger, 14 out of 14 throwing the ball for 211 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's been really sharp for us this year. He's really grown throughout the year, gaining a better understanding of our offense and where we're trying to go with the ball. I think the guys up front deserve a lot of credit for keeping a clean pocket for him. I think the guys running routes deserve a lot of credit for not only getting open, but then also catching the football. But no, he's been really sharp for us, and I've been really impressed with his play as of late.
Of course, you guys won the state championship a year ago, but it's never easy to make a playoff run, Coach. You enter the quarterfinals. Credit to your guys for staying focused here.
Yeah, we've got some guys that are still hungry. They're still kind of mission-minded. They're mission-focused. This group doesn't want to be the group that falls short. Their expectations for themselves are just as high or higher than anybody else around them, and they want to have an opportunity to do it again.
All right, you got Bridgeport in this next round. They're 9-1 in the season. Scouting report on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're a really solid program. They have some really good size. They have some big athletes at tight end. Their position players are really athletic. They move well. Defensively, they fly around. They're physical. They run a similar offense to ours, where they're trying to put guys in space and give them the ability to make plays that way. So it's going to be a tough night, both offensively and defensively. They're a solid team.
Looks like a balanced attack. They rush the football for about 209 yards per game. They throw it for about 120 yards per game. So it looks like they want to be a balanced team. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. And their quarterback, one of his best abilities is his ability to make plays in space and to kind of create something when nothing's there. He does a great job of moving the pocket around and making plays within it, but then he'll also escape it and tuck and run. So he's going to be a handful.
Yeah, their quarterback is throwing for 1,076 yards, 29 touchdowns. He's rushed for 703 yards and 9 touchdowns. What's the key to maybe keeping him under control in this ball game?
It's really important that everybody does their job within our defense. We have guys in lanes that they have to maintain those lanes and not get washed out. We have to be disciplined with our eyes and be disciplined and fundamentally sound on option. And then we just got to get him down on first contact. He's a guy that if he breaks tackles, he's going to be really dangerous. So we got to get him down.
And defensively, Coach, they've recorded one shutout so far this season during the regular season. They've got 3 other games that they allowed only 6 points. So their defense very stingy. What do you like about their defense?
They have a good combination of size and physicality up front, and then some athletes on the back end that make plays for them. So they're a tough group. They play a lot of man coverage. They trust their defensive backs to make those plays, and they have a couple of really solid linebackers that come downhill and make plays in the run game. So they're a pretty complete group on the defensive side of the ball.
As you move throughout the state playoffs, obviously taking a step up in a competition, this game is not easy, Coach. This is a pretty good ball club we'll see here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're on the same tier as a Fair Central or Shelby Rising City. They're a really solid opponent. We're going to have to come out and execute and play well, and the ball may have to bounce our ways a couple times in order for us to win, but we're just going to keep focusing on us and the things that we need to do to be successful. Yeah,
what are you telling your guys? You put them on the board. What are the keys to this ball game?
It's really the same for us every week. We take the approach that, we have 3 program rules. We have 3 expectations that we follow. Number 1 is for us to be a team. So our guys have to be together. They have to be excited for each other. They have to put the team first. Number 2, they have to be the most excited to play. So we need our guys to bring energy tomorrow. They need to be excited to be there from start to finish. And number 3, they have to be the best at doing their job. In our program, everybody's job is very specific. Whether it's as an offensive lineman or whether it's as the guy that has the ball in his hands all game long, or whether it's as a defensive back, or it could be a guy on the sideline that doesn't get an opportunity to play. They all have a job to do, and everybody's expected to do their job to the best of their ability. And if we do that, we feel like we put ourselves in the best position.
You get another home game, Coach. How important is that here in this quarterfinal matchup?
Well, I say I much prefer it to having to get on the bus and travel to Bridgeport. We think we're a group that can travel. We think we're a group that can go compete on the road. But there's nothing like playing in front of your home crowd on your home field and having the ability to kind of stay in your routine. So we're really fortunate to be put in the position where we're able to play this game at home.
Yeah, that's Sandy Creek head coach Andrew Kuda just before the kickoff of the ball game here this afternoon. The Cougars and the Bulldogs out of Bridgeport. That's coming up. You're listening to high school football this afternoon on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or Cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar athletics.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
Hi, Mike Will and Marcus Metcalf back here at the Hill at Sandy Creek, getting ready for the Class D1 State High School football quarterfinals. The Cougars of Sandy Creek, the Bulldogs out of Bridgeport. And Marcus, as we get ready for the kickoff of the ball game, naturally stars on both sides of the football. This will be a tough football game, I think, this afternoon for Sandy Creek.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a tough matchup. We mentioned Coach Kuda. They are very balanced on offense and defense, especially on the offense side of the ball, like the run and pass the ball. Bridgeport's going to be a handful for Sandy Creek, especially defensively. They have the best defensive player in Landon Dean, who has 12 of the team's 14 sacks on the season. So the middle linebacker there is going to be the key for Bridgeport's success if they want to come on the hill and get a win here tonight. And for Sandy Creek, just do what you do best. Run the ball very well, and then do some over-the-top passes to West Belltoft, and I think Sandy Creek should be okay.
Yeah, Cam Seeley last week against Wisner Pilger, he didn't miss. 14 out of 14 throwing the football, 211 yards and 5 touchdowns in that ball game. If he does that again tonight, I like the Cougars' chances.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Cam Seeley, he knows when to he knows when to throw the ball away. He knows how to read his keys. He just got to be himself tonight, and I think if you do that, I think Sandy Creek will come out away with a win as well.
Again, the winner of this ball game will play again in the semifinals next Friday against either Plainview or Dundee County Stratton. That game is going on already. They're running about an hour ahead of us at last check. Plainview had the lead, and that's the case. It's about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Plainview is out on top of Dundee County Stratton by the score of 23-20. If the Cougars can win this game and Plainview wins that game, we'll have a home game for the semifinals next week. If Dundee County Stratton wins and Sandy Creek wins, that means we're heading out to a Dundee County Stratton next Friday. So we'll keep our eyes on the other game going on here in the Class D1 in the quarterfinals as we play here tonight between Sandy Creek and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Tell you what, Bridgeport, they're here in force. They brought, I think, a couple of charter buses down to the hill here tonight, and they're well represented down just to our left here.
Yeah, I think so. I think the whole town's here, Mike. I mean, I think it's a ghost town out there in western Nebraska, but no, it's great to see that, though. Small town Nebraska coming a 4-hour trip all the way here, and it's great to see, and they brought the band with them, and so it's full force here for Bridgeport Bulldogs here tonight.
Yeah, Bridgeport's got their band. Sandy Creek has got their band here tonight, so a battle of the bands as we play here, the Cougars and the Bulldogs. Sandy Creek won the toss here tonight. They deferred to the second half, so Bridgeport is going to have the ball first. Sandy Creek on defense, basically the same way we played last week. Christian Shaw, 6'1", 240-pound junior, and Josh Spray, a 5'11", 215-pound junior up there on the defensive line. The backers going to be Wes Biltoff, the 6'6", 210-pound junior. Alston Clark, the 6'1", 185-pound senior. And Jackson Gertis, the 6', 195-pound junior. Then in the defensive secondary for Sandy Creek, you're going to have Caden Schmidt, the 5'11", 170-pound senior. Cam Seeley, the 6'1", 180-pound sophomore. And Alex Watts, the 5'11", 175-pound sophomore. Bridgeport on offense, again, their quarterback is Nicholas Weiberts, Weibert 5'9", 150 pounds, and a senior. The running back to start is going to be Henry Blanco. Blanco is 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. We'll see two other guys in the backfield as well, James Jeffords and also Daxton Malcolm. Expected to see some time here tonight for Bridgeport. Lanson Dean will be the tight end. He's a good one. 6'4", 210-pound junior. 19 receptions, 353 yards, and 9 touchdowns so far this year. Gage Dean will be the other end. He'll be 5'10", 130-pound senior. He's got 34 receptions for 563 yards. Then up front for Bridgeport, it's going to be Caden Schultz, a 6'1", 210-pound junior. Cooper Romig, a 6', 250-pound junior. And Cole Whitehead, a 6', 200-pound senior for the Bulldogs out of Bridgeport. So we're going through the hype video right now, as you can hear in the background as we get ready to go, as Sandy Creek get ready to play Bridgeport here tonight in the Class D1 State High School football playoffs. Of course, tonight all the classes are playing, but we're concentrating on Class D1 with this matchup between Sandy Creek and Bridgeport. Again, Dundee County Stratton is playing tonight up against Plainview. The other part of the bracket, Shelby Rising City, is playing Pender tonight at 7. And the ball game is underway between Crofton and Hemingford. Those are your matchups in Class D1 here tonight. Class A, of course, Kearney is playing tonight. Kearney on the road playing at Omaha Westside. In Class B, you've got York playing on the road tonight at Gretna. Class C1, we've got Aurora. They're on the road playing at Columbus Lakeview tonight. Class C2, some interesting matchups. Grand Island Central Catholic at home to take on Archbishop Bergen. Kearney Catholic at home to take on Malcolm here tonight. In Class D2, we've got Lawrence Nelson. They are playing at Howells Dodge tonight. And in the six-man ranks, you've got Silver Lake playing at Garden County. And you've got Red Cloud playing at Wallace. Those are some of the area games tonight in the state high school football playoffs. Right now, the playing of the national anthem as we get set for football tonight on Extreme Sports. All right, the singing of the national anthem. We're set for football action here tonight. Glad to have you aboard here on Extreme Sports. It is Sandy Creek and Bridgeport getting ready to go here in the quarterfinals of the Class D1 state playoffs. And, hey, this is what high school football is all about, Marcus. We've got a jammed house here tonight on the hill. We've got nice weather conditions, and we've got football action with a tip right around 63 degrees here at game time.
You can't beat it. November in Nebraska, it could be 40 degrees or 30 degrees and snow on the ground, but no, we've been spoiled all fall long, Mike, and we did it last year too. It's a beautiful night for football. That wind finally died down. The sun's been in our eyes since we've been here all afternoon. But, no, a great night for football, and we should have a great game here tonight.
All right, Sandy Creek going to be in their red jerseys tonight. I like the Reds here. They were in their blacks last week, and as the sun kind of went down and the lights took over, much tougher to see. I like the red and the whites here tonight. Red jerseys and their white numerals and their white pants with their white football helmets. Bridgeport going to be in their gold football pants. They've got purple numerals and white and purple helmets there tonight. So we'll get set to go. Sandy Creek will kick off to begin the ball game. That is Zach Jeffords. He is back deep for Bridgeport. He's going to stand inside his own 5-yard line to return the ball here for Bridgeport. So we're going to get underway. Bridgeport and Sandy Creek. Here comes the kick. They're going to drill that one into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, so Bridgeport will have it. The first time here as they come out with their offense. Again, Nicholas Weibert is the quarterback. He's thrown for 1,076 yards on the season so far. And Weibert has also rushed for 703 yards. He's thrown for 29 touchdowns. He's got a very good tight end. He's also rushed for 9 touchdowns, 703 yards. So we're underway as it'll be Bridgeport with the football. They'll start the drive here from the 15-yard line following the touchback. And here comes the first pitch. That's going to be outside, and it's going to be smothered there. Shaw comes up with the stop. Ball carrier was Henry Blanco. He's a 5'9", 175-pound sophomore. But Christian Shaw gobbles him up as he brings it to the near sideline.
Typical Shaw, can get back in the backfield in a hurry. And, yeah, that was just a direct snap to the running back, and great play by Shaw. It's going to bring up second down. Looks like they're going to lose him a yard. So second down and 11.
All right, second and 11. Ball's at the 14-yard line. Bridgeport working from our left to our right here in quarter number 1. Weibert again is the quarterback. He's got the ball. As he scrambles to the left side, he's going to take it upfield himself across the 15 to the 17. Tackle is made by Josh Spray up there in that defensive line for Sandy Creek. Spray, the 5'11", 215-pound junior. That is his 79th tackle of the season for his Sandy Creek. And now the Cougars have got Bridgeport right where they want him here. Third down, 8 yards to go. The ball is at the 16.5-yard line. Wide receivers will split out left and right. Ball game just underway here on the hill at Sandy Creek between the Cougars and Bridgeport. Weibert wants to throw the ball, stands in the pocket. Here comes the pressure. Weibert scrambles. He's at the 20, and he lunges forward to about the 23 or 24. He's out of bounds on the far sideline. Did not make it to the first down stakes. Jackson Gertis out of the stop there for the Sandy Creek defense. He did not make it to the first down stakes, so it's going to bring up a fourth down and 2. Ball's at the 23.
I think they're going to go for it here, Mike. I think it's hard to stop Sandy Creek's offense, so you're going to try every opportunity you get if you're Bridgeport, and I think they're going to go for it right here on fourth down and a yard.
Wow. They're going to roll the dice here from their own 23-yard line. Fourth down, and it's a long yard here for Bridgeport. Now a man comes up and takes the direct snap, and he's going to be stuffed on the play. Back here at the 23-yard line, tackle made by Josh Spray. They were in the shotgun set, but coming up to take the snap was the running back, Henry Blanco. He took a snap from under center, trying to go straight ahead for a couple of yards. That ball was stuffed there by the Cougars, and their first big break here for Sandy Creek.
Great swim move by Spray to get through that offensive line really quick. Like you said, Blanco came up, get the offensive snap, and great play by Spray because of Sandy Creek. Great field position.
Yeah, from the 23-yard line, and now we got a penalty flag down before we get started here. It's going to be an offside call in Bridgeport. So they roll the dice down here at their own 23. They come up empty, and then their first play on defense, they line up offsides. So Sandy Creek has got the ball in their first offensive possession down here at the Bridgeport 18-yard line. Boy, you can't allow an offense like this to start at your 18. Here's Seeley. He's got the ball. He pitches the ball to Billtop. He takes it around the right end. Billtop to the 15, down to about the 13-yard line before he's brought down. Tackle is made by James Jeffords, coming up the quarterback to make the stop there for Bridgeport, but that's going to be a first down. They have moved the ball down here at the 13-yard line of Bridgeport, just underway here in the first quarter. 9:47 to go. No score between Sandy Creek and Bridgeport. Seeley has got the ball. 2 wide receivers, actually 3 wide receivers set up in a little triangle off of the right side. Now they switch out of that. Seeley is going to have company in the backfield now as Cam waits for the ball here. He's got it. He fakes the ball, and Seeley's going to run it. He's at the 10-yard line. Seeley at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Seeley takes the ball in from 13 yards out, and bam, just like that, the Cougars are on the board.
2 plays. It was nothing short of that, Mike. It was unbelievable. Nice drive there by Sandy Creek. Gave him the short field position. 2 plays all he needed. They ran that first play like they did last week against Wisner Pilgrim. A little shovel pass up front to Bill Toft, and that really set up the offense. And great run by Seeley, and that's going to be a touchdown for Sandy Creek.
It all got set up by that good defensive play on 4th down and about 1.5 yards out here at the 23-yard line. So Sandy Creek is on the board. 6-0 is the score. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. They fake the toss. They throw it into the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. They throw it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So Sandy Creek jumps out on top here early. We've got 9:22 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a break with the score. Sandy Creek 8, Bridgeport 0. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
You are listening to Cougar Football on Extreme Sports.
Hi, Mike Will, Marcus Metcalf back here at the Hill. Sandy Creek 8-0 is the score. So a big defensive play for the Cougars, stopping Bridgeport on 4th down and 1 yard. And the Cougars do what they do offensively, and that's scoring the football. It took them 2 plays to get in the end zone. 8-0 Sandy Creek.
Yeah, you can't give Sandy Creek short field like that. It just took them 2 plays to go 23 yards. So, and like I mentioned, I was going to say in the pregame show, you cannot have penalties against Sandy Creek. They'll make you pay. And they had that one offsides to begin the drive for Sandy Creek, and Sandy Creek made them pay, and they're already up 8-0 as we're getting ready to go here. 9:22 left here in the first quarter.
All right, so Bridgeport will come out here in their own territory again from the 15-yard line. They hand the ball away. Henry Blanco moves the ball to about the 17. Josh Spray is in on the stop for Sandy Creek on defense. Give him a pickup on the play of about 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, nice job by Spray. Spray's just been a load in there so far. That kid's big, and he can make a pile move in a hurry. So if Sprague and Shaw can really work that offensive line, I think Sandy Creek's going to be a heck of a night.
Yeah, Josh Sprague, 78 tackles during the year so far with 9 tackles for loss. There's a handoff there, and they get the ball to the 19-yard line. Blanco again carrying the ball there for the Bridgeport Bulldogs, and now they got a 3rd down and long again. 3rd down and about, 6 yards to go. Ball is sitting right at the 19-yard line of Bridgeport. And Sandy Creek in their red and white uniforms here tonight. Bridgeport in their gold and their white uniforms with their purple trim. 8-0 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead here. The Class D1 quarterfinals here tonight from the Hill. There's a pass that's going to be off of the fingertips of his intended receiver. That's Gage Dean, the intended receiver. The pass was delivered high there by your quarterback, Nicholas Weibert. It's incomplete, and just like that, it's 4th down and 6. And now Bridgeport will have to punt the football away with 8:07 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was fortunate. Watts about another 2-3 inches taller. I think it would have been picked by Watts, but no, it's a punt, and that's a smart thing to do. Bridgeport don't want to give him a short field again.
Watts is the guy who's going to drop back deep for Sandy Creek. He averages about 12.6 yards on a punt return. He's not going to have a chance here as it's going to be punted short. It gets into Sandy Creek territory at about the 34 or 35-yard line. And that's where Sandy Creek will start. Pretty good field position down here on their own 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for the Cougars.
Yeah, nice job by Watts, just letting that ball just land there, and actually gave him a couple more yards. So, yeah, 1st down and 10 for Sandy Creek, and they're going to call it their own 36-yard line.
So the Cougars, it took them 2 plays to get into the end zone in the first drive. 2 plays and 18 yards officially for Sandy Creek in that first drive. And now they will take over at the 36-yard line of Sandy Creek. Cougars moving from our right to our left here in the first quarter. There's a Cam Steele with a couple of wide receivers out to the right side. Steele with the ball. He backs up. Got time. He just tosses it over here. It's going to be caught at the 35 to the 40 down the sideline. 35, and he's going to be run out of bounds. Over on the far sideline, Caden Schmidt. He caught the ball there for a Sandy Creek. Schmidt, a 5'11", 170-pound senior. That's his 31st reception of the year for Schmidt as they move the ball into Bulldog territory down here at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, give him 11 on that. Good job by Schmidt to find that ball out of Seeley's hands, and we're going to have some stoppage here. I think we're going to have we've got some chain problems there on the far sideline there, Mike.
Yeah, working on the change right in front of the Bulldog bench over there. Bringing the helpful hardware, man. We've got the problems with the chains as they put them down. 7:51 to play here in the first quarter. 8-0 is a score. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Seeley waiting for the ball. Wide receiver split out to the right side. Man comes in motion. They give the ball away to him. Comes to the near side, 30-25 down to the 21-yard line. That's Wyatt Hamburger bringing the ball upfield for Sandy Creek. Tackle is made by Nicholas Weibert coming up from his safety spot to make the stop there for the Bulldogs. But now before Sandy Creek picks up another first down, Cougars doing just about anything they want so far here offensively.
It's just been those same toss plays that we saw last week against Wisner-Pilger. And so if it's going to keep working, you might as well keep doing it, right?
First down and 10 yards to go. The ball down here at the Bridgeport 21-yard line. Seeley has got it, fakes the ball. Seeley wants to run it. Seeley breaks into the open 20-15, 10-5, and he dances his way into the end zone for a touchdown. I don't think anybody touched him there.
No, that was a wide open play for Seeley. That great run by Seeley. 3-play drive. You had a 2-play drive and a 3-play drive there, Mike, and it was perfectly executed by Seeley. No one touched him. 14-0 Sandy Creek.
All right, so they'll go for the 2-point conversion again. We're down to 7:16 to play here in this first quarter. So Seeley with both touchdowns so far for the Cougars. Seeley sprints out right side. Now he throws the ball. A wide open man into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That was built off. So the 2-point conversion is good. Sandy Creek goes on top 16-0. We'll take a break. 7:16 to play here in the first quarter. Sandy Creek 16, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, 3 plays, 44 yards for the Cougars on their second offensive possession game. Seeley takes it in from 23 yards out. The 2-point conversions have been successful. And it's a 16-0 ball game. Sandy Creek out on top here in the first quarter. There's the run up with the boot down. Is going to be through the end zone for another touchback. All right, Dundee County Stratton has got the lead over Plainview in the other game we're watching here tonight. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game next Friday. Hoping for a Sandy Creek win tonight and a win by Plainview. That will give a Sandy Creek a home game next Friday. If Dundee County Stratton wins that ball game, we're heading west to the Mountain Time Zone next Friday.
Oh, nothing like the Mountain Time Zone.
Well, we'll be concerned with this one right away here. 7:16 to play in the first quarter. There's the ball tossed out here, coming out of the backfield, and not much there. He's going to be ridden down on the play. He's swinging out here to the near side. It was caught, but Sandy Creek was right there defensively. Gage Neen was the guy who caught the ball coming out of the backfield. Cam Seeley is the guy who made the stop for it, Sandy Creek. That was a pickup of only 2 on the play. Bridgeport has done nothing offensively against the Cougars so far tonight.
Yeah, Sandy Creek has had all the answers thus far, and see what adjustments Bridgeport does make here in the first quarter here.
Douglas Wybert, again, the quarterback here for Bridgeport. Wide receiver split to the left side. Wybert runs the ball himself across the 20, tripped up as he gets to the 21-22 yard line. Alston Clark is the guy who brought him down. Clark, he's got 107 tackles coming into the football game here this evening. The leading tackler on the defense for Sandy Creek. He picks up number 108 right there.
Yeah, that kid's just been a machine there at the linebacker spot, and Coach Kuda likes that kid, and he has a motor no matter what type of situation it is. He plays tough.
It's going to bring up a third down at about 2. Ball is sitting at the 23-yard line of Bridgeport. There's a fake handoff. Wybert runs the ball, and he slips the tackle and gets the ball to the 25-yard line. It should be enough for a first down. Yeah, they're going to move the 6, so Bridgeport finally gets a first down. Their first one here in the ball game. So first and 10, the ball is brought out here to the 25-yard line. 5:48 to play here in the quarter number 1. 16-0. Cougars are out on top. So Bridgeport comes up to the line of scrimmage. Again, the Bulldogs working left to right here in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers split out wide to the right side. Wybert has got the ball as he grabs it knee high. He throws it across the middle. It's going to be caught there across the 40, inside Cougar territory, down to the 37-yard line. Lanson Dean, that's that big tight end we told you about during the pregame show. Dean, a big target, 6'4", 210 pounds, and a junior, makes his 20th reception of the year, and that's the second consecutive first down now for the Bulldogs. They got the ball in Sandy Creek territory down here at the 37-yard line. So Wybert connects here with Lanson Dean for the first time tonight. And here's 2 wide receivers split out to the right side this time. Wybert has got the ball. He backs up, surveys the field, throws it across the middle. It's going to be caught down here at about the 31, breaking loose down the sideline, down to about the 25-yard line. That's gauge 9 with the reception there. He was stopped, but then broke away down the sidelines. I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds. They're going to spot the football here at about the 28 of Sandy Creek.
Yeah, Watts had him actually down. Thought he'd throw him down to the ground, but he kept his feet and he kept running for another 2 more yards. So now it's going to bring up second down. So I'm going to call it second down and 2.
All right, the ball is spotted right at about the 28 of Sandy Creek. 4:50 to play here in the first quarter. 16-0. Cougars have got the lead. There's a handoff and much there is a angle to the right side to pick up maybe 1. Don't think he got to the first down stakes. That's James Jeffords carrying the ball. Jeffords, a 160-pound junior. Tackle made by Jonas Amos up there on a defensive line down for Sandy Creek. They did give him forward progress down to about the 27, so that's going to be enough for a first down here for Bridgeport. So they've got 3 first downs now here on this drive. On the move, trailing 16-0 here in the ball game. 2 wide receivers spot to the left side of the formation this time. Douglas Wybert, the quarterback, waiting for the ball. And now they're going to direct snap it off here to the running back that was in the backfield with him. That's going to be Jeffords again. He was lined up just to the left of the quarterback, Nicholas Wybert, and the snap went directly back to Jeffords, and he takes it around the left end. You got only about a yard in the play as he stacked up here at about the 26.
Yeah, nice job there by Gertis there to come up from his linebacker spot and knock him out of bounds, or inbounds actually. And so it's not going to have second down. I'm going to give him a yard. Second down and 9.
So 2nd and 9 from about the 26. Ball's on the near side hash. Weichert waiting for the snap again. He's got it. He dances in the pocket. He's going to be hit. The ball comes loose down here. Ball is loose at the 34-yard line. And let's see. I think the quarterback, Wybert, got back on top of it. He did. The ball was swatted away there by Josh Spray of Sandy Creek. He swats the ball away. The scramble was on. Wybert came up with it now. But it's a huge loss all the way back here to about the 34. Going to bring up third down and long.
Yeah, nice job by Spray. Just another quick swim move and got around the left tackle there, and nice job by Spray. Now let's bring up third down. They're going to call it, I believe, third down and about 17.
Yeah, third and long here for Bridgeport. They had a nice drive going. Wide receivers split out to the left side, a pair of them out there. Weber drops back. Here comes the pressure. He's hit and down he goes. Back here at the 35-yard line of Bridgeport. He's brought down to play. A huge loss. So now Bridgeport will have to punt the football away.
Loss of 16 there. Great play by Bill Toth coming up from the backside in there and just bring it down the turn. Let's bring it down Bridgeport with 2:35 remaining here in the first quarter.
All Cougars, they've got a 16-0 lead here in period number 1. Bridgeport going to punt the football away. Henry Blanco is the punter, averages 37.5 yards per kick. As he's getting to the football here, a high kick, not very long. As it will bounce, it's going to take a nice Bridgeport bounce, though, across the 10-yard line, down around the 5 or 6 yard line. It goes out of bounds. High in the air, a lot of height on the kick there, Marcus. It comes down and it takes a Bridgeport bounce as it rolls out of bounds. I'm going to spot the football down to 6.
Yeah, 38-yard punt there. Yeah, that thing got enough height on it. That thing had a tremendous roll here. And so it's going to be inside the 6-yard line. So Sandy Creek, first down and 10 from their own 6-yard line.
So by far the worst field position that Sandy Creek has had here in the first quarter. Sandy Creek has had the ball twice. They have scored twice. Cougars with the lead here. The score is 16-0. There's a Seeley. As he's got the ball, he backs up into his own end zone. He throws the ball across the middle. It's going to be caught and then dropped out here at the 15. It was a caught and dropped, so it's going to bring up a second down and 10. Logan Tomke was the guy who had it in his hands, but it fell out there. Second down and 10.
Yeah, nice job by Tomke to find the open spot in the zone and just, he looked up. He had the ball in his hands, so it's going to bring up second down.
2:07 to play here in the first quarter. Cougars leading 16-0 as Seeley calls the play in the huddle, and here come the Cougars up to the line of scrimmage. They're on their own 6-yard line. Sandy Creek moving right to left here in quarter number 1. Seeley's got a running back just off of his right hip. He fakes the ball to him. Seeley runs it across the 10 out to about the 11-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. Tackle is made by Cody Bates, the linebacker. Bates is 6'5", 210-pound junior. That's his 78th tackle of the year for Bridgeport. Now the Cougars looking at a third down situation. Third down, we'll call it a short 4 here, as the ball is sitting right at the 12-yard line. 1:38 to play first quarter. Wide receiver splits out wide to the right side. Seeley will have a running back just off of his right hip here as he waits for the ball. Seeley has got it. He fakes it. Seeley's going to run it. Seeley across the 10 to about the 14-yard line. He is going to be short of the first down by about a yard or two. And now the Cougars looking at a fourth down situation. I think Andrew Kuda with a 16-0 lead going to go for it here.
That's risky. You're inside your own 15-yard line. If you don't get a yard here, Bridgeport field position they've had all night.
Yeah, so they'll roll the dice down here. We're under a minute to play. Sandy Creek on a fourth down. 4th down and 1. The ball is sitting at the 14-yard line. That's their own 14. And the Cougars will go for it here. Man comes in motion to the near side. Seeley barking out the signals. I think they're trying to draw him off. And now we're going to have a timeout called. So he took one chance there to try to draw him off sides, and now Andrew Kuda going to talk things over. He calls the timeout. 42 seconds to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. Sandy Creek 16, Bridgeport nothing on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The #1 seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, Sandy Creek on fourth down at 1.5 yards. They're still lined up in their offensive set here. They're going to go for it on fourth down at 1 yard. Here's the Seeley's just going to go straight ahead, and the Seeley's going to plow across the 15 out to the 19-yard line. So on a fourth down and about 1.5 yards, Cam Seeley just goes off of the right side in between the center and the guard on the right side, and he gets it up for a first down as they move the football up here to the 19-yard line. 27 seconds to play.
Yeah, nice job by Seeley. Got 4 yards out of it. That was a great job there by the Sandy Creek offensive line with 20 seconds left here in the first quarter.
All right, a couple of wide receivers split out to the right side of the formation here. Seeley waiting for the ball. As he stands at his 15, Seeley backs up. Seeley looks right, now left, comes back across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. That was a Schmidt out there for Sandy Creek. He was he was open. He had a couple of steps on the defensive back, but that one was overthrown by Seeley. Again, he went 14 for 14 throwing the ball a week ago. That's his first incomplete pass tonight.
Yeah, he last week he couldn't miss. I mean, he was hitting everything. He could have won those skills competitions, but no. That was a good look, though, by Seeley to Schmidt. It just overthrew him just a little bit, about 1 yard or so. So bring up second down and 10 with 3 seconds left here.
All right, we'll see what the Cougars can do here on this final play of the first quarter with a 16-0 lead. Seeley has got the ball. Option play, near side. Seeley keeps it himself. 20, 25, 26, 27-yard line before he's finally brought down here. Tackle made by Cole Lighthead. Lighthead, 6 foot, 200-pound senior for Bridgeport, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter of play. First quarter in the books tonight here on the hill at Sandy Creek. Cougars have scored twice. Sandy Creek 16, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or Cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
All right, Garden County has a 20-0 lead over Silver Lake in the playoffs here tonight. 16-0 here. Sandy Creek with the lead. Here's Seeley again down the far sideline, 30-25, and he's run out of bounds. Seeley gets loose and takes it to the far sideline, and he moves the ball all the way in to Bridgeport territory. I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds back here at the 32-yard line, but still a great run there by Cam Seeley.
Yeah, 21-yard gain there, Mike. Just job by Seeley just to follow his blockers, found on the sidelines, and bring up first down and 10 from the Bridgeport 31-yard line.
So it's Sandy Creek now working left to right here in quarter number 2. Sandy Creek on 2 drives in the first quarter. Getting a couple of touchdown runs from Cam Seeley, and the Cougars are on top here by a score of 16-0. Seeley wants to throw the ball now. He does on the far side. It's caught there by Biltoff at the 15, crashes forward to the 10, and he is out of bounds out around the 10. Biltoff wide open in the secondary there.
Back-to-back 21-yard plays there from Seeley. Next time to Biltoff. He's going to bring up first down. I'm going to call it first down and goal now from the 10-yard line.
Ball resting between the 9 and the 10. So first down and goal for Sandy Creek, looking for their third touchdown here in the ball game. This one to the other end zone, though. 11:45 to play in the second quarter. Wide receiver splits out wide to the right side. That's Watts for Sandy Creek. Seeley with a running back in the backfield just behind him. swings the ball out here. It's going to be caught by Schmidt at the 10, and he is decked down at about the 6-yard line. Caden Schmidt coming out of the backfield gets a little swing pass here. He is upended down here at about the 6-yard line by the Bulldogs. So a pickup of about 4 on the play. Second down and goal. Ball is resting between the 5 and the 6-yard line on the near side hash. Sandy Creek looking for their third touchdown of this ball game. Couple of wide receivers in tight here off of the right side. Seeley's got the ball. They flip the ball. That's a Schmidt around the left end. He breaks loose across the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. So a couple of yards on the play. They used that very successfully last week in that ball game against the Wisner Pilger. They ran that thing a ton. That time Bridgeport was out there waiting for it.
Yeah, that play got stringed out from the beginning. Bridgeport really looked at that on film, and nice job there by the Bulldogs defense. But bring up third down and goal from the 5-yard line.
All right, 10:45 to play here in the second quarter. Empty backfield now for Seeley. Waiting for the snap. He's got the ball. Seeley sprints out right side. It's open out here, 5-yard line. He dives for the end zone. He's in there for the touchdown. Takes it in from 5 yards out as the Cougars are in the end zone for the third time. Here with 10:29 to go.
Nice job by Seeley there. Nobody's there on that right side. He dove for the end zone, hit the pylon. That's all you need. Touchdown, Sandy Creek. I think 22-0. Sandy Creek's just rolling right now, Mike, and you're not even a minute and a half into the second quarter.
It was an empty backfield, and Seeley looked like he wanted to throw it, but looked over here to the right side. Nothing but green grass, so he took it in the end zone, dives in there for the score. 22-0, and now the Cougars will go for the 2-point conversion. Same formation basically here. Empty backfield. Seeley's got the ball. Sprints out again, right side. Holds it, throws it. It's into the end zone. That one was delivered low. Schmidt, the intended receiver, but the pass was low. The 2-point conversion is no good. So we'll take a break. 10:29 to play here in the second quarter. Sandy Creek into the end zone for the third time here in this ball game. Cougars 22 and Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar athletics.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
All right, the kickoff again for the Cougars goes out of bounds. Bridgeport will have it on the touchback. Howes Dodge has got the lead for Lawrence Nelson in the Class D2 state high school football class, 14-0 early. Howes Dodge 14, Lawrence Nelson nothing. 22-0 here. I expected maybe a lot closer ball game, but Sandy Creek up and rolling here in this one. We got 10:29 to play in the second.
Yeah, that's Sandy Creek. They're just rolling. Bridgeport's going to have to find some answers offensively here. They had a nice drive going the last time, but Sandy Creek held up pretty nicely there. So let's bring up Bridgeport's fourth possession of the ball game.
Yeah, they got a sack in there. They had a fumble that Bridgeport recovered, kept possession, but then they had a quarterback sack, and a nice drive was thwarted there as Bridgeport had the ball in their last possession in Sandy Creek territory. There's a handoff to James Jeffords. Jeffords angles off on the right side for maybe 2 yards in the play. Second down and 8 yards to go. Alston Clark again into the stop there for Sandy Creek on defense.
Jonas Amos.
So it's a second down and 8 yards to go.
In on the tackle.
Bridgeport in their own territory here. Ball is in at the 17-yard line. Nicholas Weibert again is the quarterback here for Bridgeport. He's got a running back in the backfield. Now he backs up. He throws the ball near his side. That's going to be incomplete. Gauge 9 was the intended receiver. 9, the 5'10", 130-pound senior. 34 receptions coming in here for 563 yards and 12 touchdowns. Through the out pattern there, and it was threw it a little bit too far. It's out of reach, and it goes out of bounds into the Sandy Creek bench. Incomplete pass. 3rd down, 8 yards to go now for Bridgeport. So 3rd and 8. 9:42 to play here in the second quarter. You're just joining us, maybe just getting off of work. Good first half so far for the Cougars. 22-0 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Man comes in motion to the near side now for Bridgeport. So 2 wide receivers each way now. Here's a pass that's going to be caught, bouncing off of a man across the 25 up to about the 29-yard line. The reception is made, and the advance the ball to the 29, and now we got an injured player here for Bridgeport, the guy who got the ball here at the 29. He is down with 9:39 to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a break. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Creek 22, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, the injured player was Landon Dean. I think just got the wind knocked out of him here. He's going to be helped off with the field to the far side. So I think they ruled that was that a completed pass? Or was that all right? They gave him a completed pass there. He did hang on to the ball, and then he was decked here on the near sidelines. So they're going to spot the football at the 29. 1st and 10 here for Bridgeport from their own 29-yard line. Trailing in the ball game 22-0. There's a quick pass thrown out there. It's going to be caught as they bring the ball across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Reception is made there. That's James Jeffords coming out of the back. That one is a swing up to the wide side of the field. Pickup of 8 yards in the play. 2nd down, 2 yards to go. Line of scrimmage is now the 37-yard line of Bridgeport. Bulldogs trailing in this ball game by a score of 22-0. Pair of wide receivers will split out to the left side of the formation. Now a man goes in motion. That is Bates off of the far side. Bates will stop there as a wide receiver now to the far side of the field. There's the quarterback keeper, Nicholas Weibert, carries the ball up around the midfield stripe. Wes Biltoff into the stop there for Sandy Creek as they get the ball to the 39-yard line. Going to be very close to a first down as the officials eye her up from the far side. And that's going to be just shy, I do believe. They're going to take a second look at things now. Now they're going to bring in the chains. It was close enough. They're going to bring in the chains off the far side.
Yep.
Both these teams are at 9-1 in the season. And the winner will play next Friday against the winner of the game going on tonight between Plainview and Dundee County Stratton. They stretch the chains out. That's going to be enough for a first down. So just enough for the first down as they spot the football at the 39. 1st and 10 here for Bridgeport with 8:31 to play in the second quarter.
You mentioned another game, Dundee County Stratton Plainview. I'm sure it's going in the second half by now, but Dundee County Stratton led Plainview at halftime 32-30.
All right, so a tight ball game. We'll keep our eyes on that. They're running an hour or so ahead of us. They had a 4 o'clock starting time out at Dundee County Stratton tonight. 22-0 is the score here. Sandy Creek with the lead. Weibert was going to run the quarterback keeper here. He's at the 40. Takes the ball down to the Sandy Creek 37-yard line. Tackle on the play there by Christian Shaw for the Cougars. So a pickup of about 4, maybe 5 yards in the play for Nicholas Weibert. It's second down and 5 yards to go. Bridgeport has got the ball now in the Sandy Creek territory.
Yeah, if you're Bridgeport here, you have to score on this drive. If you let Sandy Creek score one more time before halftime, it's going to be a steep hill to climb.
Yeah, you got to get some points on the scoreboard here. You were in Sandy Creek territory in your last possession, but came up empty. Second down into 5 yards to go. Weibert fakes. Now he throws the ball downfield. That is going to be incomplete. Threw it down the right sideline and threw it a little bit too far there. Incomplete pass. That's Cody Bates that was out there. Watts was back in coverage for the Cougars. Alex Watts. Cody Bates, he's a big, tall tight end. They've got him listed at 6'5", 210 pounds, and a junior. Is running the far sideline. Pass was overthrown there by Nicholas Weibert. So now it's third down. Third down and about 5 yards to go from the Sandy Creek 37-yard line. 2 wide receivers split to the right. Weibert's going to run the ball. Weibert lunges forward as he moves it down to about the 31. And that's going to be very close to another first down. The officials say, yep, let's move the sticks. First and 10 here. So a nice run again by Nicholas Weibert. So first and 10. Bridgeport with the ball down here at the Sandy Creek 31-yard line. Just a shade over 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter from the hill at Sandy Creek. 2 wide receivers again split to the right side of the formation. One lone setback just off with the left hip of Nicholas Weibert. Pass is thrown over there. It's going to be caught at the 30 and then out of bounds. Gage 9 getting the reception there. 9 with 34 receptions, 563 yards coming in here. He's picked up a couple of receptions here in this ball game. That was a pickup there of about 4 yards in the play. We'll give him 5 yards. Second down, 5 yards to go as they move the ball down here to the Sandy Creek 27-yard line. Cougars out on top here in this ball game, 22-0 over Bridgeport. Bulldogs on the move here. 2 wide receivers down to the left side of the formation. Empty backfield for Nicholas Weibert. Now we've got a flag. Now we got a penalty flag. Nope, no penalty flag, just a timeout. Timeout here for Bridgeport. We'll take a break with 6:49 to play in the second quarter. Sandy Creek 22, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The #1 seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, second down, 6 yards to go. Weibert with the ball. He scrambles. He throws the ball. That's going to be incomplete. Pass incomplete. The intended receiver out there was a Gage 9 again. Weibert in a little bit of trouble. He scrambled away from the pressure. Went to his right side, threw the ball downfield. It's incomplete.
Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there for Bridgeport. He had the thing. Luckily, he was throwing that thing short because that thing could have possibly have a chance to go the other way, but nice job there to throw the ball away, and it brings up 3rd down and 6.
All right, the ball is down here at the 27-yard line of Sandy Creek. Cougars again leading in this ball game by a score of 22-0. 3 wide receivers this time, split to the left side of the formation here for Weibert. 3rd down, drops back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Weibert gets away. He scrambles with the ball as he brings it across the 25, spins his way down to about the 23-yard line. And now Bridgeport will be looking at it 4th down. So it's 4th down and 2 yards to go. The ball is at the 23-yard line of Sandy Creek with just over 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play.
I mean, Mike, do you go for it here in this situation? At 4th down and 2, you're down 3 scores. So I think Bridgeport's going to go.
Yeah, you got to put some points on the scoreboard.
Yep.
Sandy Creek on their first possession stopped Bridgeport on a 4th and 2 at their own 23-yard line. So I'm sure they'll go for this one here as they've got the ball down here at the 23-yard line again. 4th down and 2 this time from the 23. Weibert comes up under center, barking out the signals, trying to draw Sandy Creek off sides, and now we've got a timeout called. So now they try to draw the Cougars off sides. They can't do it, so they burn another timeout, and they'll talk things over. 5:47 to play here in quarter number 2. Sandy Creek 22 and Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or Cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
As we come back, Weibert throws one across the middle. That's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Cody Bates. Plainview has got the lead now over Dundee County Stratton. 37-32. Plainview with the lead. They got about, 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. So we're watching that one. That's the matchup next week if the Cougars can come up with a win here tonight. They would play either Plainview or Dundee County Stratton next week. That was a 4th down call, by the way, that last play. So the Cougars are going to have the ball as Bridgeport unable to convert on a 4th down and 3 situation with a pass across the middle. There's one across the middle for Sandy Creek. That one is delivered low. Biltoff can't come up with the ball up around the 33 or 34-yard line. So incomplete pass. 5:35 to play here in the second quarter. 3 touchdowns so far for Sandy Creek, all on the ground here by the quarterback, Cam Seeley. 13 yards, 23 yards, and 5 yards. They are 2 out of 3 on 2-point conversions. That's the way we stand here, 22-0. Cougars have got the lead here in this one. Sandy Creek with the ball on her own 23-yard line. Second down, 10 yards to go. Makes the throw. Now he runs it across the 25, and he falls forward to about the 29-yard line. Tackle is made by Cody Bates for Bridgeport. So it's going to bring up a third down. Third down and about 4 yards to go. Sandy Creek moving left to right here in the second quarter of play. A jump in the 60s at game time here tonight, cooling down just a bit. The lights are on here on the hill at Sandy Creek as we play the quarterfinals in the Class D1 in the state high school football playoffs. Seeley again with the ball. Seeley dances away across the 30 to about the 32-yard line where he's brought down. Cody Bates again on the stop for Bridgeport. But now the Cougars looking at a 4th down situation. 4th down at about a yard to go. Looks like Sandy Creek will go for it here with a 3-score lead at 22-0. 4.5 to go. Sandy Creek up to the line of scrimmage. They're not in any hurry here. 4th down and a yard. The ball is out here at about the 32-yard line. Seeley steps back. He's got the empty backfield here. Seeley waiting for the ball. He's got it. He's going to run it here to the right side. He crashes forward. Penalty flags are down as Seeley is going to have the first down up around the 35-yard line. But this penalty is going to go against Sandy Creek, I believe. Yeah, the Cougars is going to be hit with a holding call. Over here on the edge, Seeley just took the ball and ran it. He dove it around the right end as he got it to the first down stakes, but somebody was holding up front, and they're going to have to try it again now on 4th down.
Yeah, now the greatest timing there for a holding call there, Mike. Now it's going to bring up 4th down and 10, and they're going to punt it here, and they're going to have Bridgeport's going to have a guy back deep out his own 20-yard line.
All right, so the Cougars have the 22-0 lead. They don't want to do anything stupid back here as we're down to 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're going to punt the football away. Seeley's going to be into the football. Driving kick bounces at the 25, fielded down the sideline, and he's out of bounds down around the 20-yard line. So that's where Bridgeport will have the ball. Zach Zefford's back there for Bridgeport, receiving that ball. Couldn't do anything with it. He's out of bounds. Ball's resting between the 19 and 20-yard line.
Yeah, what a ball game, that other ball game, Mike, between Dundee County and Plainview. Dundee County goes right down and scores again. 38-37 now. The Tigers now with the lead over Plainview.
So in the third quarter. All right, so it's 3:49 to play here, second quarter. 22-0 Cougars have got the lead. Wide receiver splits onto the right side. Nicholas Weibert, the quarterback, he backs up, winds up, throws it down the right sideline, throws it too far. Throws it too far. The intended receiver was Gage 9 again. 9 is their leading receiver. He had 34 receptions coming in here. Weibert just threw that one too far down the right sideline. Incomplete pass. 3:42 to play here in the second quarter. Bridgeport will be looking at second down and 10. So they brought a lot of fans to the Hill tonight, but they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about. They've been kind of quiet down here just to our left. Bridgeport comes up here. First down, or second down it should be. Second down, 10 yards to go. As the ball is sitting right at the 20-yard line, in between the 19 and the 20. There's a handoff there. Not much there. Henry Blanco is the ball carrier. He stood up there by Biltoff. No gain in the play. Third down, 10 yards to go. Now the nose of the football sitting right at the 20. So maybe a half a yard, if that. We'll call it 3rd and 10. Clock running at the 3:20 mark now of the second quarter. Sandy Creek still with a couple of timeouts left. Plainview has came back to score over Dundee County Stratton. That's a track meet. 43-38 now. Plainview with the lead. There's a Weibert wants to throw. Cocks the arm. Now he scrambles to the left side. A lot of pressure. Weibert dances away, and he's going to be hit. Down he goes. Going to go down as a quarterback sack as he's brought down back here at the 18. Josh Spray is the guy to finally bring him down. A loss of about 3 yards in the play.
A nice job by Spray. He was actually being held in his own backfield and no call there, but nice job by Spray to recover, get the sack for a 3-yard or 2-yard sack. Bring it 4th down and 12 for Bridgeport, and that's what you didn't want if you're a Bulldogs fan.
I think we got to have a timeout here. That's going to be the case. We'll take a quick timeout. 2:45 to play in the second quarter. Sandy Creek with a lead, 22-0. We'll come right back after this.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar Athletics.
You are listening to Cougar Football on Extreme Sports.
All right, after the quarterback sack is 4th down and 12. Here's the punt. Now we got a penalty flag. They blow this one dead. That was a short punt. But fortunately enough for Bridgeport, illegal procedure on them. They'll have a chance to kick this one again. That one was not a very good kick. So they'll try it again here. Henry Blanco is their punter. Blanco averages 37.5 yards per kick. He's going to stand here at his own 3-yard line. 22-0. Cougars have got the lead. There's a high snap. It's the ball away. It's going to be bouncing along the ground here across the midfield stripe, across the 40 to about the 39, 38-yard line. And that's where the Cougars will start. Still with 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And when you're Sandy Creek, 2:34 to go, you're still thinking points here.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to try and see if you can get up to 30 points on the board, and I believe you have one timeout left, and so maybe squeeze in another turnover if you can, because Bridgeport's going to try and see if they can find some points and see if we can get this thing to a running clock by half. But 1st down and 10 here for Sandy Creek at their own 39-yard line.
Tomke is your wide receiver, split to the right side. In fact, a couple of wide receivers will go to this right side. Well, Watts will join him, or rather a Hamburger will join him. Hamburger comes in motion. He gets the handoff. He brings it across the midfield stripe at the 40, down to about the 37 of Bridgeport. So give him a pickup of 4 on the play. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Landon Dean in the stop there for the Bridgeport defense. So Sandy Creek scores 3 touchdowns early, 2 in the first quarter, and then 1 with 10:29 to play in the second quarter, and they had nothing since then. About 8 minutes without anybody scoring here in this one. 2nd down and about 7 yards to go here for Sandy Creek. They've got the ball at the 38 of Bridgeport. Here's Seeley with the ball. Seeley takes it off the left side. He moves it across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Nicholas Weibert into the stop for Bridgeport. So Sandy Creek has got the ball on a 1st down, 1st and 10. Ball is down here at the 29-yard line of Bridgeport. Down to 1 minute and 35 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Cougars not in any hurry here. They try up to the line of scrimmage now. Wide receiver will be out to the left side of the formation. Running back in the back.
This sound is processed by StereoTool. Go to stereotool.com.
Cam fakes the ball to him. Here comes the pressure. And Seeley is going to be sacked for the first time tonight. Back here at the 39-yard line, Seeley is sacked on the play.
2nd down, Cougars.
Yeah, that was Dean again. That's his 13th sack of the year. Number 15 overall for the Bridgeport defense.
Comes off of the corner there, and Seeley had no chance. They spot the football at the 38. So 2nd down and 18. A loss of 8 yards on the play by the quarterback sack. Under a minute to play. Seeley wants to throw the football. Here comes the pressure again. They set up a little screen. That's going to be caught there. 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Alston Clark grabs the ball. Marcus, and he grabs that one one-handed, and he takes it into the end zone. We got a penalty flag back here at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a hold there on the perimeter. Nice catch by Clark first off, but I think we're going to get some holding probably downfield on Sandy Creek.
There was no reason for that hold there because Clark was going to take that one into the end zone with no problem. That's going to be a personal foul on the Sandy Creek, so they take that one off of the board. Yeah, that was way downfield, down around the 10-yard line. Clark would have taken that ball into the end zone with no problem. But the penalty here is going to go on Sandy Creek. It's going to bring the ball back here to the 28-yard line. But it's going to bring up a 2nd down situation. 2nd down and about 9 yards to go from the 28-yard line of Bridgeport. So that touchdown wiped off of the boards there by a personal foul in Sandy Creek. 2 wide receivers split to the right side of the formation now for Cam Seeley. Cam has got the ball. He backs up, surveys the field. He throws the ball. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted at the 5-yard line, back to the 10, to the 15. The ball is brought down by Logan Levick, the quarterback, and that's an interception. Seeley doesn't throw many of those. That's only his 6th interception of the year. He throws out right in the center of the field, and the Logan picks it off there for Bridgeport and returns the ball back out to the 15.
Yeah, it was like a center fielder waiting for a fly ball. It was right to him, and yeah, I don't know if Seeley even saw him underneath, and he was trying to looked off there in the end zone, but nothing there. So it's going to turn over on downs. But Bridgeport has got a long way to go. They have to go nearly 66 yards here to find pay dirt.
I think you just run and play and regroup here at halftime. You certainly don't want to turn the ball over down here in your own territory with 23 seconds to go. So they spot the football at the 13. Now we got a penalty flag down.
Preliminary indication is delay of game.
Delay of game here against Bridgeport. So they weren't in any hurry, and they took too much time. And they're going to march the football back toward their goal line as they move the ball back to about the 8. First down and 15 yards to go. 23 seconds to play here in the second quarter. This is Nicholas Weibert with an empty backfield here for Bridgeport. He drops back. He tosses one across the middle. It's going to be caught, and in a hook and ladder play, the ball was pitched back here, and it's going to be recovered, I think, by Sandy Creek, and they do. Jackson Gertis recovers the ball, so they go with some trickery. They're going to try the hook and ladder. The reception was made. Then on the pitch back to the ladder man, the hook man, they fumble the football, and Gertis is on top of it. That's the turnover you didn't want to make back here. Sandy Creek's got 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, nice job by Sandy Creek to look for that, and not a great job by Bridgeport.
So Sandy Creek will have the ball at the 11-yard line with 18 seconds to go. That's a Hamburger going in motion. Here's Seeley. He wants to throw. He throws it into the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. Wow. Dagger right there. Touchdown pass thrown to a Caden Schmidt into the end zone for the touchdown. 11 seconds to play. So Seeley throws one into the end zone to a Caden Schmidt for the touchdown. It's now a 28-0 ball game. And now Sandy Creek will go for the 1-point conversion as Ben Bergen's going to be into the ball game to attempt the PAT. Ball is down, the kick is up, and that one is going to be partially deflected, and the PAT is no good. So the point after is no good, but Sandy Creek scores with 11 seconds to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a break with the score. Sandy Creek 28, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
So it's a 28-0 ball game. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Here's the kickoff. And it's going to be returned here by Bridgeport. And now with 4 seconds to play, they're looking at a deficit of 28-0. Last touchdown pass, by the way, went to Logan Tomke. The 8s, the 9s, they all look the same out there. But Tomke gets the touchdown reception there for Sandy Creek. Following that fumble recovery by Sandy Creek, something Bridgeport didn't want to do. We talked about it. And what they do, they cough up the pig here under 30 seconds to play in the first half. And Sandy Creek converts. They get a touchdown on the board. And now there's a running play by Bridgeport as their quarterback comes out here and runs across 5 to about the 26 or 27-yard line. That was Nicholas Weibert. He carries the ball to the 26, and that is going to be the end of the first half of play here on the hill at Sandy Creek. The Cougars up and rolling here in the Class D1 state quarterfinals. The Cougars have the lead over the Bridgeport Bulldogs. The score at halftime, Sandy Creek 28, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or Cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar athletics.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this and trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
All right, Mike Will, Marcus Metcalf back here at the Hill at Sandy Creek. The Cougars out on top here in the Class D1 State High School quarterfinals. They got the lead over Bridgeport. The score is 28-0 here at halftime. The scoring in this first half of play, Sandy Creek made a nice defensive stand on the first offensive possession of the ball game for Bridgeport. The Bulldogs going for it on fourth down and about a yard. And Sandy Creek's defense stepped up and stopped them. Took over at the 23-yard line of Bridgeport. Bridgeport jumps off sides on the first offensive play for the Cougars. So Sandy Creek had the ball at the 18-yard line. 2 plays later, they were in the end zone. A 13-yard run by Cam Seeley with 9:22 to play in the first quarter. After the 2-point conversion, it was 8-0. Sandy Creek had the lead. Cougars, again, stopping the Bulldogs on a couple of plays on their next possession. Sandy Creek got the ball back. This time they went 3 plays in 44 yards for a touchdown as Cam Seeley took it in from 23 yards out. Again, the 2-point conversion was good. 16-0 was the score. Seeley scores again early in the second quarter with 10:29 to play. This time from 5 yards out. The 2-point conversion was no good this time. 22-0 was the score. And then Bridgeport, with under a minute to play in the game in the first half, they were deep in their own territory. They try a short hook and ladder across the middle It was fumbled on the play. Sandy Creek took over at the 11-yard line, and they throw a quick pass from Seeley to Logan Tomke with 11 seconds to play in the second quarter. The single point after touchdown was no good. And that's the way we stand here at halftime, 28-0. The Cougars have the lead. And like we said in the first half, Sandy Creek can do no wrong so far. And Bridgeport still trying to find something offensively that's going to work out there tonight.
Yeah, it's just Sandy Creek's just rolling right now. Like we mentioned, that one hook and ladder they threw there in the end of that first half that Bridgeport didn't need, because this thing could have been a 3-score ball game. So now you're down 28-0, and Sandy Creek gets the ball to start the second half.
So we're at halftime. Again, the Cougars out on top here in the Class D1 quarterfinals. We've got a lot of other action going on around the state. We'll take a break and come back and check out some of the action as we continue with high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
Yeah, back here at halftime, Sandy Creek with a lead over Bridgeport. The score is 28-0 at the break. Again, the winner of this ball game will play the winner of the game going on between Plainview and Dundee County Stratton. They are into the fourth quarter now. That's been a track meet between these two teams as we're trying to keep an eyeball on that game out there as they continue to score right and left in that contest.
Yeah, it's been a back-and-forth game all night, Mike. We've been keeping an eye on it since opening kickoff. Like you mentioned, it started a half hour or an hour before ours. Going through the list of games here in Class D1, one final already. Crofton winning at home tonight against Hemingford 60-12. Like I mentioned here, 28-0 here in our ball game. Plainview still leading DCS 43-38, and some other scores around the state that are just going or underway, and a lot of them have not gone kickoff yet because they don't start till 7. Class B, Gretna leads 35-21 over York. One final in Class C1, Sydney with the win over Fort Calhoun. Now the Red Raiders will wait. We'll see if they'll play either Aurora, Aurora Huskies, who had a tough start, losing their first 3 ball games to start the season. They've had a brutal schedule, won 6 in a row, got a number 10 seed, upset Central City in back-to-back weeks, mind you, to bounce the Bison in the first round of the state playoffs. They have to play Columbus Lakeview on the road tonight. So Sydney will wait the winner of Aurora and Columbus Lakeview. No games gone so far in Class C2. And then Class D2, Wynot's a winner over Hitchcock County tonight. The Blue Devils just continue to roll like they always do, Mike, up in northeast Nebraska. They got the win today, 43-12 over Hitchcock County. They'll play the winner of Archangels Catholic and Central Valley next week as those two teams get ready to square off here in about 45 minutes or so. Howells Dodge leads 30-8 over Lawrence Nelson. That's Lawrence Nelson going on the road to the number 1 seeded Howells Dodge up there. St. Mary's leading Sandhills Sedford 52-16. The winner of those 2 ball games between Sandhills and St. Mary's and Lawrence Nelson Howells Dodge will meet in the other semifinal in Class D2. And in 6-man tonight, one final already. Stewart had to hold on against Layton. They were battled to the very end. Stewart scored very late with a minute and a half to go in that ball game. Comes out with a victory 31-25. Silver Lake going on the road to Oshkosh, playing at Garden County. It's all Garden County in the first half, 36-6. Garden County with the lead. Southwest Sumner Eddyville Miller is 0-0 here about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Red Cloud going on the road to Wallace. They lead 16-0.
So that gets you up to date on the state high school football plans as we continue to watch Dundee County, Stratton, and Plainview. The situation is, we understand it here, is if Sandy Creek wins tonight and Plainview wins, Sandy Creek will have a home game in the semifinals next Friday night. If Sandy Creek wins this game and Dundee County, Stratton wins, we are on the road at Dundee County Stratton, but now we see 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Plainview has got a 50-38 lead over Dundee County Stratton. So I guess we can become cheerleaders here. We'd rather be at home for the semifinals than drive out to Dundee County Stratton.
I was going to say, you don't want to do that, Mike, because you got to make that 3.5-hour road trip out to Stratton here next Friday. You got to turn right around, get up at 6 a.m. You guys got to go up to Mitchell, South Dakota to go cover Hastings College football. I don't think you want that. So we're a Plainview fan if we're all here wearing red here tonight.
Yeah, we'll have Bronco football again for you next weekend. The Broncos have this weekend off, their second bye week of the season. So they'll come back and play their last game of the year next Saturday. We'll be up in Mitchell, South Dakota for the Broncos and the Dakota Wesleyan. That one gets underway at 1 on the air with a pregame show at 12 o'clock noon. We also start our Bronco basketball coverage next weekend. The Dakota Wesleyan basketball teams will be in Hastings to take on the Broncos in the beginning of GPAC play. We'll also have basketball on the air for you next Saturday on Extreme Sports 2. It'll be Hastings and Dakota Wesleyan. That'll be a 2 o'clock and 3:45 starts on the air with the pregame show at 1:45 next Saturday for our beginning of the Hastings College basketball season here on Extreme Sports. We got football tonight from the Hill at Sandy Creek. 28-0 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead over Bridgeport. They've got the second half coming up. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
Bill Hamburger Remodeling has been doing work in the Hastings area for over 25 years. They provide remodeling and building services for both residential and commercial clients. Their services include new homes, additions, bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling, window installations, doors, siding, roofs, concrete work, drywall, painting, fences, and garages. Trust the professionals at Bill Hamburger Remodeling at 622 East 2nd Street in Hastings. Give them a call at 402-469-8551.
Not just an RV center, but a legacy. That's what Dykeman's Campers was to Hastings and the surrounding communities for the last 75 years. Built on honesty, quality, and attentive sales and service. While Dykeman's Campers have set the bar high, we at Timmy's RVs are looking forward to carrying on the torch of excellent customer service and rapport. Timmy's RVs is now open, just behind the old Dykeman's location on Highway 6. Stop in to see Herb for all of your RV service needs. And don't forget to get your RV or camper in for winterization. Timmy's also has year-round covered storage available. Give them a call at 402-879-8893. That's Timmy's RV Sales and Service of Hastings.
Fill up on courtesy and convenience with Fill and Chill, your one-stop shop to fuel your tank, your body, and your passion for the game. With 14 locations across central Nebraska and 6 in Hastings, they've got you covered, whether you're on your way to the game or headed home with a win. Check them out on Facebook or at fillandchill.com.
If you are looking for screen printing or embroidery work, turn to the experts at Protein Design of Grand Island. They have over 19 years of experience and are locally owned. The staff at Protein Design can create that shirt for your special event with custom screen printing services. Or get some custom embroidery on your clothing, hats, bags, or other accessories. At Protein Design of Grand Island, you can get the uniforms for your high school or college sports teams too. Get a quote by simply going to the website at proteindesign.com or by calling 308-203-4044. There's in-store pickup and delivery available. Protein Design, 2716 Old Fair Road in Grand Island.
Taking care of your teeth and gums is important to keeping a healthy smile, and that's where we come in.
Dr. Corey Baumgartner of Baumgartner Family Dentistry will provide exceptional oral care services to both children and adults. They offer routine cleanings and screenings, emergency and scheduled surgical and cosmetic procedures, and a teeth whitening program to all of their patients. Whatever your dental care needs, Baumgartner Family Dentistry is there to help. New patients are welcome. Just call 402-462-6484 or stop in and see them at 2217 West 12th Street in Hastings.
You are listening to Cougar Football on Extreme Sports.
All right, we are back here at the Hill at Sandy Creek. Mike Will with Marcus Metcalf with you tonight. D1 State High School quarterfinals here tonight. 28-0 is the score. Sandy Creek has got the lead. If you're Bridgeport, bad news is you got to begin the second half and kick to the Cougars.
Yeah, you do. And one score here by Sandy Creek and kick conversion. You're going to have a running clock here already to start the second half.
All right, here comes the run up in the boot. End over end kick. Sandy Creek grabs it at the 8. Back quickly to the 15. There's sideline 20, 25, 30, now 35, 40 to the 39-yard line of Bridgeport. That's James Jeffords who makes the touchdown-saving tackle on the Wyatt Hamburger, who brought the ball back there for his Creek. Nearly took the ball to the house on the opening kickoff of the second half.
Other than those turnovers, Mike, that Sandy Creek got in that first half, this is the best starting field position they've had tonight.
They're going to start this drive from the 39. So we're underway here in the second half. 28-0 Sandy Creek. Cougars moving from our left to our right here in the third quarter of play. Here's Cam Seeley, who's had another great ball game here for the Cougars. Pass here is going to be caught. It's into Bridgeport territory at the 35 and out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Logan Tomke is the guy on the receiving end of that pass from Cam Seeley. Cam makes it look so easy. Just stands back there. He just tosses the ball around the field here, and the receivers are hauling it in.
I say he makes it look effortless, doesn't he?
No doubt. Second down, that was a pickup there of 8 yards. Second down and 2 yards to go. The ball is in the Bridgeport territory down here at about the 33-yard line. Ball is on the near side hash. Seeley with the running back just off of his right hip back here on second down. He breaks into the open at the 25, 20, 15, 10, and he's going to be run out of bounds here on the near sideline. Caden Schmidt running the football there for the Cougars. Just bowls over a couple of guys, takes the ball down to the 10-yard line here of Bridgeport.
Another 20-plus yard game. That's 3 of them on the night, Mike. That's 23 yards right there for Caden Schmidt. Great run there by the Sandy Creek offense. Now brings a first down. Looks like they're going to say it's going to be just short of the 10, so they're going to get one first down just outside the 1. So first down and 10.
Yeah, the ball's sitting in the 11. So officially first down and 10. Wide receiver is Hamburger. Splits out wide to the left side. Empty backfield here for Sandy Creek. Seeley wants to throw. Looks left side. He throws it. It's going to be caught and then dropped down there inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he had Logan Tomke open there on that little over route there and just overthrow him just a little bit. So bring up second down and 10 here at their own, I'm going to call it their own about 10-yard line.
On the Bridgeport.
Bridgeport 10-yard line.
All right, 11:30 to play. We're continuing to monitor Plainview and Dundee County Stratton. They're in the fourth quarter now with 7 minutes to go. Plainview has got the lead. 50-38. Second down and 10 yards to go. Sandy Creek with the ball from the 11-yard line. Here's a Seeley to the 5 down to about the 3-yard line before he is spilled there. Tackle is made by Jeffords for Zach Jeffords for Bridgeport.
Yeah, another game you mentioned, Mike. Plainview is driving. They're down to the inside of the Dundee County Stratton 10-yard line with 7 minutes to go. A touchdown here by Plainview might put the icing on the cake for a Plainview win.
Get out the balloons and the noisemakers.
Yeah.
Plainview scores there. Sandy Creek wins there. We'd have a home game next Friday night.
Strike up the band.
Third down and a couple of yards to go. for Sandy Creek. Here's Seeley again, runs the ball to the near side. Always slides down at about the 5-yard line. Got to about the sidelines there, and then was going to cut her back, and his feet came out from under him, and he slides down here. No gain in the play. So it's officially 4th down and about 3 yards to go. The ball is sitting at the 4-yard line at Bridgeport. Sandy Creek will go for it here with a 28-0 lead. Seeley with an empty backfield again. Same formation. Bridgeport showing blitz, and now penalty flags come down. Offsides call, I think, is going to be the call here on Bridgeport. That's going to be the case. Offsides against Bridgeport, and that will give Sandy Creek the first down.
They're going to be half the distance, actually. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to call it about a yard to go since you're inside. So 4th down, and I'm going to say about a yard and a half.
All right, so half of the distance, they don't give them much down there. So, again, the same formation here. 4th down and less than a yard to go. We'll call for a Cam Seeley down here on the 3-yard line of Bridgeport. Seeley waiting for the ball. Cam has got it. He takes off, takes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yep.
I didn't think it made any difference as Seeley just blows it into the end zone for the touchdown.
So it was going to be the same call either way, no matter what they did. If it was going to be 4th down and goal, or 4th down and 3, or 4th down and 1. But nice job by Seeley. Nice job by the offensive line to create that hole off the right side. And so put up 6 more points on the board. Sandy Creek needs the PAT. They're going to go for 2 here, actually. So they can go up 36-0, and that'll activate the running clock once Bridgeport gets going here to start for their second possession.
All right, Seeley waiting for the ball. They fake the pitch. Seeley is going to throw it into the end zone. It's caught for the 2-point conversion. Count for the 2-point conversion there for Sandy Creek. So the Cougars go on top now by a score of 36-0. Their opening kickoff, their opening possession of the second half, and they take it into the end zone for the score. 9:55 to play here in the third quarter. We'll take a break with the score. Sandy Creek 36, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Mike Will, Marcus Metcalf back here at the hill at Sandy Creek. Ben Berger kicks the ball off there for the Cougars. It's into the end zone again. Bridgeport will start on the touchback from their own 15-yard line. So it's now a 36-0 ball game. The Cougars have got the lead now in the third period. Nicholas Weibert, empty backfield, 3 wide receivers split to the right side. They fake the throw out there. Weibert still got the ball. He's hit. The ball comes loose, and the Bulldogs going to be on it back here inside the 4-yard line. Josh Spray was in there. He got the sack and nearly came up with the ball. It's recovered down here by the Bulldogs, by Riker Norman, one of the ends for the Bulldogs. But the Spray was right there for the quarterback sack, and a huge loss as the ball went bouncing along the turf back here at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Weibert, I believe, is going to have Josh Spray in his dreams here tonight. I mean, that's a second time or third time that Spray has gotten to him and forced a fumble.
So it's second down and 21 yards to go here for Bridgeport from their own 4-yard line. Bulldogs working from our right to our left here in this third quarter of play. There's a direct snap now to Henry Blanco. Blanco takes it around the right end. We got a penalty flag down. So a direct snap to the running back, Henry Blanco. He took it around the right end, but again, a penalty flag comes out almost immediately out there. It's going to be a personal foul. Chop block goes against Bridgeport. So the Bulldogs, they got the Etzel in reverse here, heading to their own goal line. It's going to bring up a second down in about 21 as the ball is going to be pushed back here inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. I think they're going to spot the football at about the 4-yard line. So, actually a third down situation now. They've got third down at about the 21 on the board here. So 3rd and 21. Weiberg has got the ball. He's going to be hit. He's going to be sacked. That is into the end zone for a safety. Another quarterback sack. This one is going to be a 2-pointer. As Jackson Gertis gets the quarterback sack, and it's now a 38-0 ball game in favor of the Cougars.
Yeah, Gertis just exploded through there and got to Weiberg there. Weiberg didn't have a chance against Gertis, so 2 points on the board for Sandy Creek, make it 38-0.
8:34 to play here in the third quarter. We'll take a break. All Sandy Creek in this one. Cougars 38, Bridgeport 0. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar Athletics.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Call it the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
All right, a safety and a touchdown here in the first couple of minutes of the third quarter. It's now a 38-0 ball game. Sandy Creek putting it to our visitors tonight from Bridgeport. And now after the safety, here's the kickoff. Sandy Creek will get the ball back again as I've got Schmidt returning the ball out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. That's where Sandy Creek will start. All Cougars here tonight. Boy, Bridgeport doing absolutely nothing actually here in this football game tonight.
Yeah, just Bridgeport doesn't have the horses like Sandy Creek does. Bridgeport's a darn good football team. It just not enough tonight as they came on the road making the 4-hour trek over here, and that's tough on any team. But give credit to Sandy Creek. They played really well here tonight.
All right, the Cougars will send 3 wide receivers out to the right side. They're not done yet. Cam Seeley, an empty backfield, 3 wideouts to the right side of the formation. First down and 10 from the 22. Seeley drops back to throw, throws it, it's caught here. Hemberger with the ball down the sideline. 30, 35 out to the 36, 37-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds here. Cody Bates running him out about for Bridgeport. That's going to be a first down here for the Cougars. They move the ball out here to the 37. And they got the 38-0 lead here in quarter number 3.
A nice little pitch and catch, 14-yard gain from Seeley to Hemberger.
They come up now with the ball on the near side hash mark. This time we'll have a running back in the backfield. That is going to be Schmidt. They swing the ball out to him. He's going to be hit. Down he goes. That play, a loss of about 4 or 5 yards in the play. Caden Schmidt just flares out to the left side. Seeley got him the ball, but nothing but white shirts out there that time by Bridgeport. A loss of 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 14. The ball is pushed back here at the 33.
Yeah, he was fortunate enough that Schmidt was able to catch that ball because that ball was a lateral, and he had 4 white shirts waiting to pounce on that football.
Cougars quickly up to the line of scrimmage. We got the running clock here in the second half with the score sitting at 38-0, 6.5 to play here in the third quarter. Seeley with the ball. He backs up again. Here comes the pressure. Eludes the man. Seeley's on the run. He's at the 30, 35. Eludes the man across the 40, 35, 30, and he's right out of bounds. He's like He's like a magician as he takes them all the way down to about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Cougars. The Magic Man.
Say Houdini out there, that was that 34-yard line. So, yeah, that was a good job. 18-yard gain there by Cam Seeley. Yeah, like Harry Houdini out there with the Magic.
They took it down here to about the 28.
Yep.
Ball is on the near side hash. Cougars have moved the ball again into Bridgeport territory. Seeley waiting for the snap with a couple of wide receivers to the right side. Here's Hamburger with the ball as he came in motion, 25-20, and he spun down there at the 20-yard line. Wyatt Hamburger comes in motion. They toss him the ball, and he is spun down here at about the 20-yard line. A pickup of about 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, same little pop pass they've been doing all night last week against Wisner Pilger, and they kind of went away from that because Bridgeport was sniffing that out, but they go back to it again. 7-yard gain there to Hamburger.
Get a Cougars win here. They would play again next Friday night against either Dundee County Stratton or Plainview. Those two teams into the 4th quarter of their ball game out west. Under 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's all Sandy Creek tonight. Here's a Seeley under pressure again. He eludes a man. He's on the run, 20, 15, 10. And he scampers out of bounds down around the 8-yard line. It's Plainview continuing to lead Dundee County Stratton. They have got about, 3 minutes to play in the game. Plainview 57, Dundee County Stratton 44. That would give Sandy Creek a home game next Friday. Now we've got a injured player here for the Bulldogs. That's Riker Norman. Riker Norman gets up and he hobbles to the field on the far side.
Yeah, might have a cramp or something, or he got stepped on, one of the two. He's not putting any pressure on that left leg at all. But, yeah, how big is that if Sandy Creek can host? That'll be 3 straight years in a row that Sandy Creek will host a state semifinal.
Cougars, of course, winning the state championship a year ago, trying to repeat here in 2025. But I'll tell you what, Plainview putting up 57 points so far tonight. That's not going to be a cakewalk if we get that matchup next week.
No, it'll be a fun one to watch, though. We'll be here to cover it all.
All right, it's a 1st down and goal now for the Cougars. Seeley under pressure. Again, he gets away. Now he's going to be dropped down back here at the 15-yard line. That's going to be the 3rd sack of the ball game for the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Cole Lighthead gets in there to bring him down back here at the 15-yard line. And now it's 2nd down and goal. The ball is sitting at the 15 of Bridgeport. Cougars looking for their 10th win of the season. They only lost way back early in the season, losing a road game to Shelby Rising City. Shelby Rising City still alive in the state playoffs. They're on the other side of the bracket here in the Class D1. Here's a Seeley. Here comes the pressure again. They set up a little screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Seeley threw that one low. He had pressure coming off of the end from Landon Dean. Dean was right in his face. The pass was delivered low to Caden Schmidt as it bounces off of the turf. Incomplete pass. And now it's a 3rd down. 3rd down and goal. The ball is at the 15-yard line of Bridgeport. Sandy Creek with a touchdown and a safety here in the 3rd quarter after they led 28-0 at halftime. Got the running clock here in the 3rd one. There's 3 minutes to go. Seeley on 3rd down and 15 yards to go. 3rd and goal. Here's Seeley standing in the pocket, doing it across the middle. It's going to be caught for the touchdown. Caught for the touchdown across the middle. Caden Schmidt grabs that ball, leaps into the air at about the 3-yard line, and snags out of the air for the touchdown.
Yep, nice job by Seeley to find Schmidt open. His defender fell down on him, and so that gave Seeley a wide open chance to get it to Schmidt, and that's going to be another 6 points.
So we need the calculator here. Here comes the extra point. The PAT is up there, and it is good. So tack on another 7. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Seeley to Caden Schmidt. The point after touchdown is good. Sandy Creek has got the lead here. Sandy Creek 45, Bridgeport nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
All right, Sandy Creek scoring 45-0 is the score. And now we got a penalty flag here on Sandy Creek. The indication was unsportsmanlike conduct call on the Cougars as they were getting ready to kick off. So I don't know what that was all about. And then unsportsmanlike Sandy Creek following their touchdown. They were already lining up to kick the ball away. And maybe somebody said something or something out there, but coming off of the field for Sandy Creek might be the guilty party here for the Cougars. Jackson Gertis, the guy who trotted off of the field, he may be the guilty party here. Anyway, Sandy Creek will have to kick off their own 10-yard line. Here comes the run up in the boot there by Ben Bergen. He drives that one down to the 15. Bringing the ball back here across the 30 to the 35-yard line. Bringing the ball back was Zach Jeffords for Bridgeport. I don't know if I've ever seen that. The team was lined up to kick the ball away, and all of a sudden a late penalty flag comes down, and it's an unsportsmanlike conduct call on the kicking team. But anyway, you got the 45-0 lead. You got the running clock here in the second half, and now your defense comes out. The line of scrimmage will be the 34-yard line.
Just update here, Mike, really quick. With 32 seconds left, 4th and 5, Plainview had the ball. They decided to go for it on 4th down. Touchdown, Plainview. So that's going to wrap up the win for Plainview.
All right, so Plainview is going to win in the quarterfinals. Here's a running play here. Weibert carrying the ball across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Give him a pickup of about 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Sam Watts into the stop for Sandy Creek. Watts, the 220-pound sophomore there for the Cougars. 45-0. Sandy Creek with a couple of touchdowns and a safety here in the third quarter. Blowing this ball game over as Bridgeport is a tough time getting anything going offensively here in this one against this Sandy Creek defense. Weibert fakes the ball. He's going to run it around the left end. This time he's going to be spun down. Jackson Gertis into the stop there for Sandy Creek. No gain in the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down situation. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Sandy Creek well underway to their 10th win of the season here. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ball's on the near side hash. Sitting at the 37 of Bridgeport. Weibert throws the ball. A quick pass thrown out there. And not much there. They got the pass out to a gauge 9, but he is chopped down in the play. Alex Watts is going to bring him down way short of the first down. In fact, that was a pickup only about a yard in the play. He threw it to the wide side of the field. 9 hauls the ball in. But Watts was out there for the Cougars to bring him down. And Bridgeport will be looking at the 4th down here.
Yeah, Bridgeport hasn't had any answer all night, Mike, and it's 4th down and 7. I think we're going to have the end of the third quarter here.
All right, Bridgeport just sitting in their huddle, and they'll watch the time check down, and that's the end of 3 quarters. 3 quarters in the books tonight. High school football coverage on Extreme Sports. Sandy Creek with the lead. Cougars 45, and the Bulldogs nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but But what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
All right, Mike Will, Marcus Metcalf back here at the Hill at Sandy Creek. All Sandy Creek here tonight. 45-0 is the score over Bridgeport. Bulldogs have just punted the ball away, so Sandy Creek will get the ball back here in the fourth. Cougars scoring 2 touchdowns and recording a safety in the third quarter after they had a 28-0 halftime lead. So the Cougars come back out here in the fourth quarter now. As Seeley will stay in there at quarterback. Option play. Pitch back comes down the far sideline. Run out of bounds over there into the Bulldog bench. They get the pitch. That's Caden Schmidt getting the pitch, taking it to the far sideline as he takes it to about the 20. A pick of about 6 yards in the play. Second down and 4 yards to go.
Yeah, nice job by Schmidt catching the edge. Nice pitch there. 6-yard gain. Nice. Like this offensive line has been working really hard all night, and they had some explosive plays here for the Sandy Creek offense. So another big gain there. Second down and 4.
I think Plainview has wrapped up their victory over Dundee County Stratton out west. That's good news for Cougar fans. You get to see your team at home one more time next week. Here's Seeley in the pocket there, and he's going to be sacked in the play. Off of the edge, Landon Dean again, the sack machine for Bridgeport. He's got a couple of sacks tonight. He had 12 coming into the ball game here tonight. He gets the sack on Seeley. Now he's going to bring up a third down.
Yeah, you don't want that if you're Sandy Creek. Can't let Dean get in your backfield and get to Seeley because you need Seeley because he's your best option there to run the ball along with Schmidt, and he's a good thrower too.
I'm surprised he's still in the ball game.
Yeah.
We got 9:45 to go here in the contest, and you're up 45-0. And now it's a third down situation. There's letting some time run off the clock here, and now a timeout's going to be called. A timeout's going to be called on third down and about 10 yards to go. Sandy Creek will talk things over. We'll take a break. 9:35 to play in the game. The Cougars 45 and the Bulldogs nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar athletics.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, Malcolm's got the early lead over Kearney Catholic in the Class C2 state playoffs at 7-3. Malcolm with the early lead over the Stars. 45-0 here as Sandy Creek has got the lead. Third down and 10 yards to go. Seeley avoids one man. Here's a pass. It's going to be incomplete. Trying to come to the near sideline. Biltoff was the intended receiver. Seeley threw that one short of the target there as he was scampering away from some pressure there for Bridgeport. Fourth down and 10. And Sandy Creek will put the football away.
Yeah, he hasn't connected on any of those all night. Those ones on the run to his left and always come up short. But now it's going to bring up a punt with 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Seeley will punt the football. He's inside his own 5-yard line. He gets it away. Good high kick. He's going to angle to the far side. It's going to go out of bounds up around the 35-yard line of Bridgeport. You're listening to high school football tonight here on Extreme Sports. Sandy Creek will play again next Friday. We'll have the coverage for you right here in the state semifinals in Class D1. Hopefully before we leave the airwaves tonight, we'll try to corner the athletic director down here and Coach Schwartzengruber and maybe get a game time for you for next Friday night for the semifinals. It'll be a dandy. Sandy Creek in the semifinals for the third straight year.
Yeah, what a game. That's going to be 4 points playing put up on the road. That's quite the feet down to go to DCS, making that 4-hour road trip.
All right, so it's Bridgeport with the ball now. They've got it inside the Sandy Creek territory at the 38-yard line. This is Blanco, I think, carrying the ball there across the 35 down to about the 34. So what we're going to see his knee went down at the 36. So a pickup of only 2 on the play. Second down and 8 yards to go, down to 7:45 to play here in this ball game.
Yeah, I thought that ball, like you mentioned, my guy was down here at the 35-yard line. That ball went out about an extra 7 yards earlier. So, yeah, pick up a 2, second down and 8 with 7:32 remaining.
Man comes in motion. That's Cody Bates. Lines up out here. Now he's going to go in motion again, back toward the quarterback. Here's a pass that's going to be thrown downfield. It's going to be caught at the 15, 10, 5, and down to the 2-yard line. Landon Dean got loose. The tight end, he makes the reception and takes the ball down to the 2-yard line of Sandy Creek.
Yeah, nice job. Dean has, I think that kid better hope he is playing basketball for Bridgeport. That's a tall dude out there for Bridgeport. And yeah, it's going to be a 33-yard gain from Weaver to Dean.
Yeah, it takes it down to the 3-yard line. So Bridgeport knocking on the touchdown door for the first time here tonight. A nice pass thrown there to Landon Dean as he goes stumbling toward the goal line. Brought down at about the 3. So trying to avoid the shutout here. Bulldogs with the ball. There's a quick little shovel pass. They bounce off of one man. That's Dean again carrying the ball around the left end. He takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. So finally, Bridgeport gets on the board here in the fourth quarter with 6:26 to play. A little shovel pass there to Landon Dean. He takes it in the end zone from 3 yards out, and it's now a 45-6 score.
Yeah, Biltoft had him in the backfield, Mike, and just Biltoft tried to go high on him, and Dean just flat out ran him over and like a bug hitting a windshield. And Biltoft could have went low on him, but he decided to go high. But that's going to be 6 points on the board for Bridgeport.
So now it's a 45-6 ball game. Now Bridgeport will go for a 2-point conversion here. And here's a pass that's going to be thrown into the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Thrown into the end zone is going to be incomplete, so the 2-point conversion is no good. 6:26 to play in the football game from the Hill at Sandy Creek. Cougars 45 and Bridgeport 6. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, we got Red Cloud has got the lead in their ball game over Wallace. They're playing out west. Red Cloud 36, Wallace 22. They got about a minute to play in the second quarter. There's a Hamburger bringing the kickoff back for Sandy Creek. He brings it to the 20-yard line. Silver Lake was trailing. That's a final score now. Garden County has beaten Silver Lake tonight in football action 42-21. 5-6. So Garden County will take on Stewart in the next round. You got a few ties to Stewart. You'll be a Stewart backer next weekend.
Quite a few. I got some relatives live up there, and cousin that still plays, and his older brother and father coach. So, yeah, it was fun last year watching those guys make it all the way to Kearney, and one game away from Kearney again, and they got to play Garden County, who they lost to already this year, only by 2 touchdowns. So it's going to be a tough game for Stewart again.
Sandy Creek with a lead here, 45-6 now over Bridgeport. This is the quarterfinals in Class D1. Seeley is still in there. Cam throws the ball near side, and that's going to be incomplete. I think it may have been partially deflected there at the line of scrimmage. Intended receiver was Hamburger for Sandy Creek. So an incomplete pass. So it's going to bring up a second down and 10 situation. Second down and 10, 5:13 to play here in this one. The Cougars jumping out to a quick lead in this ball game. Scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Got out to a 16-0 lead. After one quarter, they scored another touchdown early in the second quarter to go on top 22-0. They led 28-0 at halftime. And it's now 45-6. Sandy Creek has got the lead. Seeley stays in there. Schmidt with the ball bust through there across the 35 to the 40. Moves it into Bridgeport territory as he's brought down at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, gain of 20 there, Mike, from the 20 to the 40. Nice job. That's the fourth or fifth, 20-yard plus run here for Sandy Creek here in the ball game.
Yeah, next weekend, next Friday night, put it on your calendar. Probably a must-see football game next week here in the semifinals. First down and 10 here for Sandy Creek. They've got the ball at the 40-yard line. Right at the midfield stripe here. The Cougars working right out here in quarter number 4 with a 45-6 lead. Seeley waiting for the ball. He's got it. He throws it near side. That ball is going to be caught there and out of bounds. Alex Watts hauls the ball in. Watts, the 5'11", 175-pound sophomore, hauls the ball in to pick up 7 yards on the play. Second down and 3 yards to go. Sandy Creek has moved the ball down to the 33-yard line. Now of Bridgeport. Clock running. We've had the running clock here in the second half. Cougars not in any hurry to get to the line of scrimmage here as they trot up there on second down and 3 yards to go. Ball is down here at the 33-yard line of Bridgeport. 3 wide receivers split out to the right side now for Sandy Creek. Cam Seeley waiting for the ball as they let the play clock wind down here. We're at the 3-minute mark. Seeley grabs the ball and passes to the far side. That baby is going to be hauled in at the 25. Wyatt Hamburger on the receiving end of that pass. That's going to be another first down for Sandy Creek down here at the 26 officially. Hamburger steps out of bounds to the 26. So first and 10 here for Sandy Creek. 2:37 play here in the contest. 45 to Sandy Creek has got the lead. Hamburger is going to come to the near side now. Back to 2 wide receivers, split out to the left side of the formation. Watts will be in the slot to the left side. Empty backfield here for the Cougars. Seeley with the ball. Backs up, throws it. That's going to be incomplete. And then the receiver was Hamburger. So an incomplete pass. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Seeley went 14 out of 14 in the ball game last week against Wisner Pilger. Not going to have that accuracy tonight, but still a good football game tonight for the sophomore quarterback here for Sandy Creek. You got to remember, he's only a sophomore.
Yeah. Imagine 2 more years of him.
Wow. Get the record books ready here at the Sandy Creek. 6'1", 180-pound sophomore for the Cougars in there at quarterback. Wide receivers again, 3 of them split out wide to the left side. Second down and 10 to go. Quick pass thrown out here. Schmidt with the ball down the sideline, 25-20. He goes out of bounds. The pass is complete to Schmidt. He runs out of bounds. Clock is going to run. We're down to 1:10, Sandy Creek. not wanting to put probably another touchdown on the board.
Yeah, you don't have to. Just I'd probably run one more play here and the clock run down. Go home a winner, and you're going to have a date next week with Plainview, Mike.
Plainview and Sandy Creek next Friday in the semifinals in the Class D1. Again, we'll try to snag a Matt Schwartzendruber before we get out of here and see if a game time has been established yet. Here's a pass as he caught down there at the 15-yard line. Grabbing the ball there is Evan Schwartzendruber, who's into the ball game now. Schwartzendruber gives the reception. Almost got to the first down stakes down there at the 16-yard line. 4th down and a yard for Sandy Creek. We're down to 23 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter, and the Cougars will have to run maybe one more play, if that. They're standing in the huddle right now, and that may be your final score right there, sitting at 45-6, as the Cougars now with 6 seconds to go in this ball game, and they won't have to run another play. That's your ball game. 45-6. Sandy Creek is going to pick up the win over Bridgeport here tonight. Sandy Creek will go to 10-1 on the season. Again, they'll play in the semifinals. Here's the announcement that Plainview is knocked off Dundee County Staten. So that's going to be next Friday back here on the Hill. We'll have the game for you here on Extreme Sports. Getting the final score is Sandy Creek 45 and Bridgeport 6. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
We know the Sandy Creek football team has excelled on the field this year, but what about your cattle? Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield encourages everyone to be watching for our first public offering of private treated Angus bulls. Bulls bred for high growth, balanced EPDs, and eye appeal that are backed by maternally proven cow families. The Shaw brothers, Josh, Ethan, Christian, Charlie, and Delaney, yes, she's one of the boys too, are excited and proud to visit with all interested individuals about Shaw Elite Cattle's performance and genetics, not to mention anything sports or Cougar country related. That's Shaw Elite Cattle of Fairfield.
Fairfield Butcher Shop has proudly been serving South Central Nebraska for over 40 years. They offer custom butchering, processing, canning, and curing. The retail store also sells jerky, bologna, sticks, fresh ground beef, steaks, bacon, sausage, and a variety of other cuts. Stop in today for some fine quality meats. The Fairfield Butcher Shop proudly supports Cougar athletics.
As a family-owned community bank, Cornerstone Bank knows the importance of building strong relationships with our ag producers. Cornerstone is also large enough to handle all your farm lending needs. Whether you're in the market for equipment, livestock, real estate, or farm inputs, Cornerstone is ready to support you with excellent farm lending options. Hi, this is Lance Williams with Cornerstone Bank. I invite you to call or stop by any of our locations to discuss your farm operation needs. Bank on a solid foundation with Cornerstone Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval.
The Cougar Pride Booster Club would like to wish the Sandy Creek football team a great season. You are making Cougar Nation proud. The Booster Club supports activities that enrich the educational experience and promote character formation of all Sandy Creek High School students. Again, good luck to all the Sandy Creek athletes and teams on a great season.
SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar want to wish the Sandy Creek sports teams good luck this season. Push yourself beyond limits. Greatness awaits. We are proud of you. SC Farms of Clay Center and Skyline Farms of Edgar are proud supporters of Cougar athletics.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. And we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all. The number one seed to beat. The one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer.
See your Pioneer seed dealers, Mike and Brian Shaw, at Shaw Ag Solutions.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Call it the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
All right, back here at the Hill in Sandy Creek. Cougar advance here in the Class D1 State High School football playoffs as they pick a 45-6 win over Bridgeport here tonight. The Cougars jumping out to the early lead. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, added one more in the early stages of quarter number 2. They got into a 22-0 lead, then added another touchdown right before halftime. They had that little hook and ladder that was fun by Bridgeport. Sandy Creek had the short field at the 11-yard line. They went on top by a score of 28-0 at halftime. The Cougars getting a safety, a couple of touchdowns in the third quarter. Then they tack on one more. Bridgeport hitting a touchdown in the fourth quarter to make it a 45-6 ball game, and Sandy Creek rolls on. They will play next Friday night at home against Plainview. Plainview upsetting
Dundee County Stratton.
Yeah, Dundee County Stratton. I knew it was one of those are cooperative. Dundee County Stratton tonight, 64-44. So the Cougars will have a home game next Friday. Again, the game time will be determined, but a good win, I think, tonight for Sandy Creek.
Oh, absolutely. Just four quarters, just good football all around. Got some turnovers when they needed to. You mentioned, Mike, that hook and ladder play, I really believe, kind of put the nail in the coffin there for Dundee County Stratton, and they tried to do a little hook and ladder, try to create some spark to maybe score before half, and turnover costs them 2 plays later, and Sandy Creek scores again, puts that thing up 36-0 at halftime. So, but no, Sandy Creek played really well defensively. I thought Josh Spray played, and he's my defensive player of the game here tonight, as that kid was in that backfield all night.
Well, it was right off of the bat when Bridgeport, they knew they had to make something happen. They decided to go for it on fourth down at about a yard on their first possession at their own 23-yard line. Sandy Creek snuffs the play, and then 2 plays later, they're in the end zone to grab the lead at 8-0, and from there it was all Cougars.
Yeah, but it was like Dundee County, or not Dundee County, I'm so confused on the other game. No, but Bridgeport they've had drives where they're getting 7, 8 plays per drive, and just they couldn't get nothing out of it. Sandy Creek makes a play defensively, or they get a sack and force them back to punt, and so yeah, just Bridgeport just didn't have the horses tonight against Sandy Creek.
All right, 45-6, the final score. Sandy Creek wins it here tonight. Again, the Cougars will play next Friday against Plainview, and that'll be in the semifinals of the Class D1 State High School football playoffs. And again, the game time will be determined here in the next few hours. I think we're going to have a chance to talk with Andrew Kuda as he's going to make his way up to the broadcast facility. So we'll hang tight here momentarily as we make way for Andrew to make his way up here. But again, the Cougars scoring twice in the first quarter. They scored one early in the second quarter on the touchdown run by Cam Seeley to make it 22-0. They get the turnover right before halftime. They'll go on top of 28-0. The opening possession. Touchdown from Cam Seeley. Everything here tonight. They get a safety and a touchdown pass from Seeley in the third, a 45-0 lead coming into the fourth quarter, and then it was Bridgeport. They scored a touchdown late in the ball game to make it a 45-6 ball game. As the Cougars win their 10th ball game of the season, they are now 10-1 on the season as they get ready to play in the semifinals next Friday against Plainview. Again, Plainview, a team that's knocked off Dundee County Stratton tonight out west by the score of 64-44. So Sandy Creek into the semifinals, and they'll play again next Friday night as Andrew Kuda, the head coach for the Cougars, is going to join us for a couple of minutes here in the postgame. And Coach, another whale of a performance tonight for Sandy Creek. What did you like about the team tonight?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the way our defense played tonight. I thought we executed at a really high level. I thought we flew around to the football. I thought we were physical at the point of attack, and I thought we won the line of scrimmage. So I thought our defense was really sharp tonight.
Yeah, your defense right off of the bat here tonight. They stopped the opening possession for Bridgeport. You had the ball at the 11-yard line, and you make quick work of that. Your defense had a couple of great stops early in this ball game. It really turned the tide.
Yeah, I thought our defensive coaches did a great job this week of throwing together a great game plan, and then I thought our guys executed at a really high level. So we didn't have really any breakdowns early in the game, and those guys just flew around and they were physical.
Then the turnover right before halftime, Coach, kind of broke their back, so to speak. They had that attempted hook and ladder that they fumbled. You guys recovered and stumped it into the end zone. Got out to a 28-0 lead by halftime.
Yeah, and that was set up by us being, unable to execute down there, and then having a touchdown called back via penalty. So we just need to execute at a higher level offensively. But that was definitely a turning point in the game. Going from a 3-possession game and then being in a situation to potentially go down and score to us pushing it to 4.
Your offense, you do what you can do, and that's score points. Cam had another great night tonight, but the offense executed nicely tonight.
Yeah, I thought they executed a bunch of the things we were trying to do. Excuse me. Bridgeport did a great job tonight of making some adjustments, and they put us in some really difficult situations. They played us a little differently than I thought they might, so I thought our guys adjusted really well. And at times I thought our offense looked really sharp, especially early in the game, but we need to clean up a few of the mistakes that we made throughout the middle of the game.
Yeah, there's still mistakes out there. There might be another gear for the Cougars, and you might need it next week. You're going to be facing a team in Plainview that scored 64 points in the ball game tonight. So you're going to see a high-powered offense that come in here next week.
Yeah, they're a really dynamic team. They have a lot of really good playmakers. They actually have a freshman at quarterback that does a tremendous job for them. They're extremely well coached. They work really hard to put you in really difficult positions defensively. So it's going to be a major challenge here next week.
Yeah, if you're looking for offense next week, make sure you're down on the hill because that'll be a whale of a ball game. Can you shut them down a little bit or just have to outscore them?
I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few points scored next week.
All right, we'll see you again next week.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Andrew Kuda, the head coach for the Cougars against Sandy Creek, winning tonight over Bridgeport. Final score of 45-6. So again, we'll have the action for you next Friday night. We'll let you know about the game time as the week progresses here. But Sandy Creek wins it tonight. Final score 45-6. For Marcus Metcalf, I'm Mike Will, wishing a very pleasant good evening from Fairfield.
You have been listening to an exclusive presentation by Extreme Sports. If you missed portions of today's game, you can download our podcast on x-streamsports.com.
How about Sunday Night Football? Steelers, Chargers in L.A., and I'm with you on this play. You probably bet it at 3 like I did, but you got to take 2.5 in the contest. Steelers plus 2.5.
Yes. Glad you're on it with me. Chargers missing both their tackles, and we know that Slater's already out for the season. We've known that. And before coming on the show, Matt, just got word that the backup to the backup right tackle, Hart, is also out. So I think that Steelers defensive front led by Watt, Highsmith, and Hayward, they're gonna eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man. I think the Chargers, they're gonna try to run the football